Welcome to the Munching Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about barehand fishing, also known as noodling. I'm Dawson.
And I'm Noah, and yeah, noodling, barehand fishing. It's called noodling in like the south of the states. Uh, and of those states, 13 of them have made it illegal because it can be very dangerous because there's limited risks involved and it disturbs like the species around. Uh,
Yeah, and what did they kill? Like, how many people die a year
I think
from?
like around 70 people a year die to noodling or barehand fishing, which is like I feel like it's like more than sharks. I feel like sharks don't
Yeah,
kill that many.
I want to say sharks kill not even probably like 20 people a year. And
Yeah, I feel like the sharks is
well,
really low. Just people are super scared of them. I would be more afraid of catfish now,
yeah,
which is what they
reading
usually,
up on this, but
which is what they usually noodle with. But it can also be done with salmon. And
yeah, it's usually done with catfish, and the catfish can get really big. They're usually around 40 pounds, but there's been the noodling record is was recorded at 85 pounds. Somebody caught a 85-pound catfish with just their hands, which
which is
is crazy.
huge.
But
It's not really just their hands though. It's more like
no, yeah. There's
yeah,
there's really a technique to it when you really read up on
yeah.
it.
So
So
there's a video just to kind of explain it. This video here.
Oh yeah,
This is
this is
like
this is coffee.
this is like small catfish.
Oh, this three. Where is he? Oh, I got one. That's one.
So yeah, basically, that's what you do with the smaller ones. You kind of trap them in a small pool, and you can just kind of go in and grab them. That's what the same technique is for salmon as well.
yeah, but when you get to a bigger catfish, when you get up to like 40 pounds, there is a technique to it where they they find a hole where kind of they can put their feet into to get stability, and they actually stick their hand into the catfish's mouth and grab onto the gills so they can't, I guess, get a good grip on them because they're so big and so powerful.
Yeah, not even just their hand; it's like their whole arm. They put like
Yeah,
their
it
whole
goes.
arm in their
I've
mouth.
seen I've seen videos where it goes up to like the shoulder.
Yeah, like I think this video shows it a little bit. I'll just mute it. Like, yeah, it's just on her arm, like up to the elbow, and then one
Yeah,
hand is through the gill and one is through the mouth.
yeah, and the people that are experienced in noodling, they say that you always want to go with at least one other person
Yeah,
because these these fish are so powerful that even if you're like a really good swimmer, you're not going to be able to. If it's just you out there in the catfish, and if it's especially if it's a big catfish, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
yeah. But they say that the greatest risk actually is from like the other animals that are around because um,
Yeah,
a lot of alligators actually like the holes that catfish will go in because they're not too deep and they can kind of hide in there and just stalk prey for a while. They can't be under forever, but yeah. So a lot of times people will think that they found a catfish hole, they'll put their arm in, and then all of a sudden there's an alligator in there, which
yeah, and all the water that you find these fish in is really murky. You can't see anything in it, so you could be, you know, putting your hand in a hole to get like bitten by anything in there.
yeah, alligators, snakes, turtles, and beavers apparently like to hide in the holes when people are around. um the catfish make the holes in the first place to spawn in. So the female makes the hole, and then the male catfish will stay there and watch for the eggs and make sure nothing else comes and gets them.
Yeah,
um yeah, the average catfish is about 40 pounds and the average salmon's like 5. So that just shows you like the difference. uh
and a lot of the times when you go noodling, if you're successful, you'll come out with a few cuts or wounds on your arms and stuff. But apparently, it's not uncommon to even lose a finger from
yeah,
one of these.
so basically the full technique is that you have to find a hole, and they say to, if you're going to wear clothing, most people basically go with as minimal as possible. Wear skin tight stuff like a wetsuit or something like that. Then you want to try and use your feet to find anything that you could latch under or that there might be a fish hiding under. And then you basically just stick your hand in whatever it is or around it and wait for it to bite, because it will if it's threatened. And then once it bites, you have to resist the urge to pull your hand away, and then you have to wait for it to like move up your arm more, which must be like the weirdest feeling in the world. That'd be really really
there's
weird.
videos of them like getting the fish onto their arms and like putting it onto their shoulders, which just to get it out of the water, and like so they don't have a lot of room to kind of take you down, I guess.
Yeah, and the most important thing that is said by anyone that noodles, I'm not personally a noodler, but the most important thing is to always do it with someone else or multiple people.
Yeah.
I think that's about all for the bare hand fishing episode of the podcast.
Bare hand fishing, yeah. Thank you.